So, I'm beginning to become like frustrated with the trajectory of my life right now. And okay, maybe this is too existential. I don't know. I don't know if it's existential or not, if it would be considered existential. But like I feel like I complain about this all the time. I don't think I do actually. I think maybe I complain in my head and like in my journal and stuff, and then it just feels like I'm complaining a lot. And like I don't know. It's like definitely I feel like this is kind of maybe a first world problem. Like there are much bigger things going on in the world right now to be like worrying about. For sure. For sure I think that. But like I don't know. I'm just starting to get really frustrated because it feels like I'm moving in like slow fucking motion. It feels like I move 20 million times slower than other people move, especially other people my age. Um, and that's probably not true. Like, I'm probably just kind of not like out of touch, but like, I don't think that a lot of what like I see is like the reality of situations. I don't know, but like, it's even like, even on like y'all know I love reddit.com. Even on like Reddit and stuff when I'm like reading Reddit posts about whatever because I love other people's drama. That's why I love reality TV so much. I love other people's drama. It means I'm not fucking involved. Um but like I love a little story and a little tea. So like I read stories on Reddit all the time and about how I don't know, whatever problem they're facing, right? But like a lot of these people with these like I would say mature life problems are like my age and I'm only 24, which by the way I realized the other day that's like mid 20s. Like I'm not technically in early 20s anymore, which is kind of freaking me out. I feel like it's like 20, 21, 22. I feel like 23 is still like early 20s, and then you hit 24, that's mid 20s. 24, 25, 26. 27 could go either way. I think 27 is like later, late 20s. 27, 28, 29, and then you turn 30. Which, by the way, nothing wrong with turning 30. Everybody almost, wait, not everybody, I guess, but like, a lot of people turn 30. And like, that's not, I don't know, that's like not really the point. That's not really like the point of what I'm trying to say. This is kind of tangential, but like, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not afraid to turn 30. I'm not afraid to get older. What I'm afraid of is that like, at the rate my life is moving right now, I'm like gonna be 30 and like, okay, no, this is dramatic. This is dramatic, I think. I have like 6 years before I turn 30. That's kind of a long time. I think I need to calm down like a little bit on that front, but like still my point is that like I just feel like I'm moving like a slug, like I'm in peanut butter and I'm trying to like walk through the peanut butter. Like it's crazy. Everything is just moving so fucking slow. And what I mean by that is like, so after I graduated college, I pretty much lost 2 years of my life to like severe burnout. Is what I'm realizing that was in retrospect because I don't know if I've posted a video since I got my official ADHD diagnosis, but I got officially diagnosed with ADHD and I started meds for it. I'm on Concerta and it's helping a lot. It's helping a lot, but anyways, I've like realized like a lot of stuff in my life that really was like ADHD or I feel is largely attributed to ADHD and like it's honestly, and I know that there are people that get diagnosed later in life than I did and they're like, oh my god, all this time I could get back, but still for me it's like I feel like there's so many things that I could get back if I, not even like if I was on medication, but if I like knew was aware of X, Y, and Z that caused X, Y, and Z, and like I could, I don't know, manage better. I don't know. Maybe that's also a different thing, but I just like mostly okay, so here's like the tangible thing that I'm feeling frustrated about right now at this present moment. So, I came up here for the summer as I always do because I run this event with my friends. We do this nonprofit thing. And like I went to college up here. All my friends are up here. And etc. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. But basically I have like roots here and like a whole support system here already anyway. And I had wanted to move up here for a long time anyway. And it was just difficult because of many factors. And also I was still in the throes of like burnout and, etc. But also like I had applied to grad school for 2026. So like I applied for grad school for this coming fall. I did not get in. I got waitlisted, but I didn't get pulled off the waitlist, which is okay because now I'm thinking like I don't think that I was like ready for it. And also I'm not even sure that I want to pursue a master's education at least at the moment, but like I don't know. I just don't think that that's part of my life right now, which is fine, which is cool. Like that, I'm not really upset about that other than the fact that I really did put so much time and effort into it. And I also had already like imagined that entire future because I have a really bad habit of, I don't know if this is an ADHD thing or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I have a really bad habit of like deciding that I want something not on a whim, but like I decide that I want something and I imagine the whole future and then like it ends up not happening, or maybe I decide not to do it and then like that whole future is just gone, poof. Like I get attached to it and then it's really upsetting, and then I have like go through a whole thing and whatever. But anyway, that's like so not the point, but just like let me have this. So I had applied to grad school and I didn't get in, and so I was like, okay, maybe I'm thinking about applying again next year, just like to see, because a lot of times what happens is you don't get in your first year and then you'll get in your second time applying. I don't know, I may or may not, just to see. But either way, there's like a year in between that, right? There's like a year in between now and when I would be going to school in the fall, if that ends up happening. And so I had already talked like with my mom about moving up here and living up here with my friends for that year. And so we were already kind of thinking about it. And then my friends were like, hey, do you want to like try to find a place with us and live with us? And so we were looking for a place for a long time. And we applied to a lot of places and it just never worked out. Which is okay, like that happens. I did crash out over it a couple of times just because it was so stressful, not because of like whatever. It literally was just a really stressful situation, and like I'm living up here and I'm living out of a suitcase, and like I have a job now, which I'll get to, and it's just like there's so many logistics and things like that. And obviously like I don't have a car, working on it. I don't have a car, I don't have a license, working on it. That's not the point. Working on it. Um, but like, I just, it was very stressful and it ended up not working out, and that's okay. So, but now it's like, oh, because I have a job now. Um, I got the job like expecting to stay here, and also I wanted to stay here anyway. And like honestly, like I like it, and it's like in my field. And I would like to keep doing it. And so I'm like, also I like basically just got hired, so it's like not like I'm gonna quit and go. Because here's the thing too, and you know, I'm lucky in the sense that like if nothing works out and everything just like blows up in my face, I can go back home. I can go back home and live at my parents'. I can live with my mom at the house that we've been living in. Like it's not like if I don't get a place or things don't work out that I'm like just like that is not what it is. um there are people who like that's very much the case if they can't find housing. And you know, I'm like aware of that. I'm aware of that, and that's horrible and that's awful. I'm very lucky in that I have a place to go if none of it works out. But the thing is, like, I've been living at home for a while now, and like, there's nothing wrong with living at home. Honestly, if my family lived here, I would probably still live at home. But the thing is, my family doesn't live here. And like, this is where like my roots and a lot of my support system is. And also, I just feel more comfortable here and like in this place than I do at home. I just like, I've lived in St. Louis for my entire life. And I love it there. I love it there. It's a really beautiful city, but I've lived there my whole life. And like I really don't want to be a person, and like no offense to people who are this way, because there's nothing wrong with it, it's just not for me, who stay in the place they've lived their entire lives. Like that's not really something that I want, you know what I mean? I want to live in different places and like travel and have different and new experiences type of thing. I think I very much believe that like I want to do something. I want to do something with my life. I don't know. That's like the best way I know how to put it. But like, I've never had like a career aspiration. My aspiration has always been like have experiences, try new things, meet new people, eat food I've never eaten before. Like that kind of thing. That's more been my ambition. And so anyways, I just like, I really don't know how else to explain. I just can't, I don't think that I can live at home anymore. It's just like, I've grown out of it so much, and it's just not where I need to be right now. And yeah, so after it didn't work out with like us trying to find a place together, I was like, okay, the backup plan is like trying to find my own place. And here's the thing is that like, I basically just started my job, and I don't want to say too much about my job because I'm so afraid that people are going to like find out where I live and like, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to say too much, but like what I will say about it is that, it is a part-time job, and my schedule has not, it is dependent, it's not 1099, it's part-time, but it is dependent on my schedule being full, and because I just started, my schedule is not full yet, and so I'm working very little, and the paychecks are very small, and I don't have a lot of money in savings. I don't have a lot of money in savings. I have some, like I've put money away. over the years, because I did have like some, like, I had gig jobs and I had a part-time job, like, not that long ago before this one. So like I was putting money away, but it wasn't a lot. Like I've never made a lot of money at like any job I've ever had. And so my paychecks are very small. I can't afford a place all on my own, which like isn't the hugest deal, because like my mom is going to help me, which I am so grateful for. I'm not at all complaining about that. But like, until I can get another job, and also before my schedule fills up and I'm making more than I do right now, she's going to like help me with things, right? And so I don't know. But my whole thing is like, so I've been like looking for a place, and it's very overwhelming and stressful, because also like there's this whole thing of, now that I have the job, I have to give the job notice so that I can go back and move. I need like 2 weeks to move. So I need to be able to give my job notice, and I have other things, other events that I'm a part of that I really can't miss in like late September and October. And so now I'm kind of stressing out about the moving timeline, because originally I was thinking it was going to be the first 2 weeks of September, and now it's gotten pushed back because we were still trying to find a place like at the end of July / beginning of August, and then we finally decided that we're going to stop and switch gears. And so like the timeline is just all fucked up, and like the logistics are really stressing me out, and I don't know, it just feels like all of it is so far away from me, and I have very little control over the situation, which I do not enjoy. And because I have so little control over the situation, I have kind of noticed like I'm starting to do other behaviors that are like me trying to be in control of my life. They're not like bad. It's just like I've noticed myself hyper organizing things, and I had like a whole 2 days where I was like, I got to get my finances together and organize every single transaction and whatever, like just stuff that like further stresses me out and like doesn't actually help me. And like I'm trying to look for jobs so that maybe if I can get an offer and I can whatever, then I can also submit my offer letter for income, whatever. And oh man. But I don't know. I'm just very, I basically just want to complain. And also like, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot right now, and I feel like I'm moving through peanut butter, like I said, or like through mud or something. And I just like, and like, this is probably not like a great mindset to have, but it's like, I'm like, I just like want it to happen already. And like, I want to like hurry up and get there. And I know that I feel like that's not really a healthy mindset to have. Like, I do think that like it's generally a good idea to be like present and like in the moment, even if it's like I don't, like I don't have anything crazy going on. I just have like average life stuff going on, and like regardless, it's like I'm still grateful for like the things that I have in my life, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just like, I'm like, this has been dragging on forever. It feels like it's been dragging on forever. And my mom said something that like resonated with me, that like, you know, at my age, it really is like, it does feel like it's forever. It does feel like it's forever. But like, it's not. Like, it is a temporary thing, even if it doesn't feel that way. Um, and like, that was helpful. That was helpful. And I did kind of, I'm like telling myself that now, but like, even so, I'm like, God damn, can we hurry up and like get this figured out already, and like have it set in stone, and finally have information, and finally have like, because it honestly at this point it doesn't even feel like it's something I'm working towards, even though that's like not true. I've already like I've already like even put in inquiries to tour apartments, but I don't know. I'm gonna end the video here, but I just like needed to vent about it. If anybody has any thoughts, I would really appreciate hearing them. Yeah, I don't know. Bye.